Why, hello everybody. I get to hang out today with a nice, boxy, bright red Volvo 850. It's the special one. It is the R, and while it's not a wagon, I don't know. I like the sedans in these. Wagons are cool. Wagons are great. I love me a good wagon. But this kind of really sharp angled 3-box design here is something I like, and I like these cars. So this is actually the first time I've had an opportunity to spend any appreciable time with these, and so let's just poke around it and see what there is to see while we geared up to go live on Cars and Bids for auction. I don't know, maybe you want to bid on it? I'm not sure. That'd be cool. If not, tag along. Let's check it out, see what there is to see with this car. Now this one, it is far from a perfect example. I'll point out all the flaws and whatnot that I can find here, on the inside, on the outside. I have driven it. It seems to drive pretty well. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it makes nice turbo 5-cylinder noises, and I'm into it. So what we've got here is well, it's a good, let's call it you know, not 20-footer, it's a good 10-footer. As you get up close, you'll start to see, you know, there are some stuff, you know, there's some touch-up paint on the edge of the hood. There's a whole bunch of rock chips with this boxy front end. It likes to catch rocks. That's to the hood there. This filler panel here, which, you know, you can see it needs a polish job. This car did go to a car wash before this, and you can see they washed it and they cleaned it and they sprayed some stuff down. But stuff like this, I think a good polishing will bring a lot of that back. There's a crack in the glass headlamp, super common on these. Is that out of line? I can't tell. It might be a little bit. Feels a little bit. It's got a little tiny bit of wiggle to it. Little damage on the bumper here. You know, these are all things you see up close. When you're back here, not a bad looking car. But it does have some stuff commiserate to the miles, which is, spoiler alert, this is going to be TMU. Nobody really knows the mileage on this thing. The odometer is broken. We'll check that out shortly. Fog lights work. I did check that already. This headlamp's not cracked. These tires look pretty darn new. They certainly have a lot of tread on these Kumos, although this one looks like it's got a little bit of a split in the sidewall. Nothing too scary, I don't think. Second to last week of 2012, so you're probably going to want to buy tires anyways. 11-year-old tires, almost to the day. Recording this just before New Year's. Yeah, it's due for tires, certainly. What else do we have here? A little bit of touch-up paint on the mirror. We've got another thing that's super common on these, is you've got this black outer coating, this slightly rubberized, kind of like a thick trim paint that covers these drip rail moldings. They like to shed. Super common. What you want to do is, if it were me, I would mask off and paint it. You could probably do Plasti Dip and it would look pretty good. Not a huge lift there. Probably should have done it in preparation for the sale, but it wasn't done. So, you know, maybe you like the somewhat shiny metal look. I would paint them, personally. Little chips there. Body's pretty straight. There's a dent on the driver's side quarter panel we'll get to. And another thing, as I said before too, with regards to the paint, it presents pretty well. I do think a really good polish would help it out a little bit. You can kind of see where there's some cleaner left here. Cleaning product from the car wash joint that did it. You can almost see there's like a little bit of runs in it from right here coming down the paint here. I know you can see it in some of the photos I've already taken of it. But I think a heavy polish would really help this car out. You can kind of see here, even just rubbing it with my bare hand, some of that haze right there is coming off. I don't know if that's coming through the camera, but I can see it there with the old naked eye. This gap is up a tiny bit here. I think you can adjust that out with the adjusting the hinge. It's only on this side, so, you know, not sure what that is there. Doesn't seem like water's been getting in. Little scuff. Slightly crooked R. It's kind of amusing. Kind of the theme of this car, really. Just quote-unquote driver's quality. Little crack here. Ignore my junk in this trunk. There's nothing exciting in here other than my camera gear. Under here, spare frame rails and all that don't look scary. The hinge here, yeah, I suspect maybe you can adjust it under this trim. Maybe. Otherwise, maybe you adjust it up under here. You can kind of shim it down a little bit with a washer maybe, and you don't need to pull it down much, a couple millimeters. It's got the cool spoiler. A little bit of paint damage on the edge of the bumper cover there. This is that dent I was talking about. It's not super noticeable, but once you see it, you see it. So there is that dent there. You see there's some broken paint under it too. PDR guy might be able to get that close. Bit of a challenge, but can get it done. I love these wheels. And this is a Bridgestone 2013 on that one. So looks like Kumho's in the front, Bridgestone's in the rear, and they're all old. Why don't we do this? Interior's kind of nice. Let's check it out. Same here on the drip rail. It was raining last night, so I had to try and wipe it down this morning so you can kind of see windshield wiper splash some gunk up here. Some chipping here, which is unusual. I suspect maybe somebody had the wipers up and opened the hood. I don't know what that is. And if you look on the hood, paint's a little bit flat. It's not like the clear's blown off it or anything, but it definitely shows as a little bit flat. I don't know how much polishing will bring that back. Not sure. Your mileage may vary. All right, let's go inside. Use our handy dandy key here. One thing is with this door, oh, of course it did at that time. For me, it's been a little bit tricky to close. I've been having to slam it more often than not. Of course, that time it closed just fine and I didn't slam it that hard, but it'll do that. So you gotta give it a good shove to get it to close. Power seats work. These seats are great. I really enjoy these seats. They're quite comfy. They're bolstered well. You can see this one does have some wear here. A bolt to something. Yeah, they're holding up well. They're not without wear. The odometer reads 167,000 miles, but it does not work. And poking through the Carfax, it looks like it kind of hasn't worked since around 2017. So who knows? I don't know how much use it has gotten since then. I suspect, I don't know, maybe 20, 30,000 more miles. I'm not sure. But either way, it's held up pretty well. Whether it's just a little bit over 167 or over 200. But certainly true mileage is unknown. No doubt about that. This guy here's got some cracking on the rubber here. The dash is not. The dash looks wonderful. This trim panel, this filler piece, it's kind of missing a couple of clips, I think. Having to slam the door isn't helping keeping this guy in place with some missing or broken clips. Yeah, you see that guy there, that little Christmas tree guy? It's pulled out, so I suspect a new clip. Really want to epoxy it in there, you probably could. I'd try and do some new clips first. They're a whole 50 cents a pop. Yeah, 169, 457, and not counting on the odometer there. Let's go ahead and start it. Help if I give it a full crank. This guy does have the service. Oops, let's turn the heater off. Does have the service light on. That's a service indicator. That is not a check engine light. That is basically a maintenance reminder. And from my little bit of research I've done on these cars, this being a 96, I think 96 to 98, the way you reset that is you need a special tool to plug into the OBD2 port, which is, I think, yeah, it's under here. It even tells you. That you plug in and it does a little song and dance and it resets that service reminder. If it is a BMW, or sorry, not BMW, it's a Volvo specialty tool, I do not have. Presumably an older Volvo specialty shop would have that and could reset it. Yeah, that's, I'll leave that up to the next guy, I suppose. One other thing I just noticed, there's an oil change sticker here dated 9/4 of 2018, which says, hey, come back and change your oil at 174,500 miles, which is roughly 5,000 miles after the odometer reading now. And so who knows, maybe the mileage reading was working then. I suspect probably not. I might call that shop in San Rafael and see what kind of information they can give me. Otherwise, I love a good 5-cylinder engine. Note, the information display, the trip computer guy works. It even measuring miles. So, you know, there's that. It's counting the miles. It just isn't displaying it here on the odometer. Heater. I've been using the heater. It works. The AC, I think, works. Let's try it. Let's set this bad boy to cold. Let's let it run its course. I'll turn it down a little bit so you can actually hear me. Stereo. Oh, gotta turn it, not push it. We need the code. Do we have the code? I don't see the code. I don't think we have the code. I don't know what it takes to get the radio code. I will work on that between now and when this auction goes live. So this might be immaterial, but for now, it's a problem. Maybe you just go to Volvo. I've done that before on Honda products. You just go on in there, they pull them in, they make you wait 5 minutes, they come back and they give you the code to punch in. I don't know what's involved on this car. Let me do some homework there. We have power windows. Make sure all these guys work. There's the fronts. There goes the rears. Let's roll them back up. It's supposed to start raining in about 30 minutes. I want to make sure those work. They seem to be working. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to try the sunroof, if I'm being honest, because as I said, it's supposed to start raining in a minute. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a poor decision and see if I can get this to work. Step one. What's the control? How does this guy work? Is it this? No, I don't know what that guy does. Those lights don't want to work. That's worth noting. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know. I think there's a button that's supposed to be there and it's not there, but that's not for the sunroof. If I was the sunroof, where would I be? It does have heated seats. I tried this driver's one because I did the photos last night because of the threat of rain today, and I didn't feel it warm up. So we'll leave it on. I'll leave the passenger one on. Maybe that one's working. I don't think this driver's heated seat works terribly well. This air conditioning, it's cold. It doesn't feel ice cold to me. I don't think this air conditioning is working. If it warms up in the next few days, I will try it again. But I don't think the AC is working. I don't hear the compressor. Well, actually it just kicked on there, I think. Yes, it did. I just heard it click on. So yeah, I don't know. I will report back on that. See, now it feels like it's getting cold. Let's let it keep going. I don't know how to roll this window down, or this the sunroof. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Aha. Okay. The opening I'm less worried about. Let's try to close it. Oh, how do I do that? There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Let me do it bit by bit. was slowing down. There it goes. Uh-oh. Oh no. There we go. Maybe the switch is a little funny. Okay. It opened. It closed. It wasn't perfect. It went a little slow, but I will take it. Plus, I don't really know how to use this. That's the switch right here. I'm not going to tempt fate again. This is something I personally never use in a car. So, for me, adds little to no value. A little crack in the molding here. It's kind of funny. Let's pop the hood real quick and then go for a drive. I don't want this to be a 45-minute video. That's not helpful for anybody. I do want to look at the passenger seat. I do want to look in the rear. You can hear that AC compressor kicking on, but it's kicking on and kicking off. So that usually means to me that it has some Freon in it, but not enough. And so it's cycling. It builds up pressure. It loses pressure. It kicks on. So let me do some homework there. Under here though, looks pretty good. I don't see any signs of rodent activity or anything. Timing belt was done at 164,000 miles back in 2013. Who knows how far it's gone since then? Looks like somebody made a windshield washer fluid cover out of something mysterious. So I don't need a windshield washer cover. Yeah, you can see that AC compressor. Watch the clutch kick on and off. So, might have to see if we can get some extra Freon in there and then see if it keeps. I've had surprisingly good luck with that. Who knows here? Idle's good and smooth though. Alright. Let's poke around the passenger side real quick. Let's poke around the back seat real quick. Then let's go for a drive real quick. Regardless of the miles, even if it was 169,000 miles, seems to me this interior's held up pretty well. Alcantara doesn't have the best track record as far as, you know, holding up. It's done pretty well in this one. Back seat's not a bad place to be. A little armrest. Got a pass-through. Rear package tray looks pretty good. Headliner's pretty good. Why don't we do this? Let's hop in it and go for a drive. All right, let's go. Okay, let's go for a drive. there we have it. That is a drive in the 96 mystery mileage Volvo 850R. Yeah, it's a decent little car. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Do I know what the mileage is? No idea. But it looks decent from afar. It's in the right color. The interior's in pretty good shape. It's got good bones, as they say. It is not rusty. It doesn't have a ton of damage or anything like that. It just seems like a deeply imperfect driver quality car. I'm sure there's going to be stuff to tinker with, like the air conditioning, like getting the stereo to get the code for that. Get the little trim piece here for the door, the trim clips to hold that in. I'm sure there's going to be maintenance items that are going to come up along the way. So that's pretty much it. If you haven't seen the auction yet, go check it out over on Cars and Bids. Bid often, bid early, and thanks for riding along. All right, let's go.